Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to my channel. I didn't think I was doing a video today, but I was led by the universal God to give this video today. So I thank you for tuning in. Welcome. It's going to be about 70 today. So spring is peeping into the winter and it feels great out here. Have you been out in the spring weather in your area? Or is it cold? Today's topic, faith, rewards, law of attraction, age of Aquarius. Faith, rewards, age of Aquarius, law of attraction. Today I'm going to give you two scriptures again because they both work for each other. We walk by, if you can today read 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. And second chapter is Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. So remember, I teach you of the spirit, not of the flesh. Which is that Romans 8:8. God wants you in the spirit, not of the flesh. So the things I teach you is everything. I invert everything back to you how you naturally are, which is spirit over your flesh. Many people don't get the rewards they get is because they are of flesh, not of the spirit. Well, you're supposed to be spirit over your flesh. You're supposed to walk. You're supposed to be enjoying more of your story and not other people's story. That being said, let me get a few things out before I forget them. If someone calls YouTube a conspiracy, I have a good answer for them as I responded to someone today. Local news is on YouTube. That's it. Because this is for the sheep, the people who follow the mainstream media on the top. YouTube is on. I'm sorry, local news is on YouTube. Done. That'll shut them up. So that being said, let me get you with some news topics that's going on before I forget. Wyoming is about to lift the mask mandate. That's going to be March 6th. There's a lady who was in the Starbucks drive-through window, and they asked her to put her mask on inside her car in the drive-through. This went viral. You can watch everything I give you. Please do your research. And also the big one. Now CDC, after all this, after 1 year of lockdowns, over 1 year, now they're saying 78% of the deaths is due to obesity. Man, this is the world we live in. 78% of the deaths are due to obesity. I've been teaching what on my channel since I started this about your immune system. Everything I do, I teach you no sickness. These are your experts, but I told you I'm an expert in no sickness. They could be health experts, which remember there's no health in the Bible. So they teach you things not of the Bible. So they took heal and they added extra letters to it, and they taught you. This is called knowledge and wisdom. So back to the faith thing. Now we know how to win in this world. It says it right there in this world. You got to, every day we live with faith whether we do it or not. You get in your car every day and start it up and don't think it's going to blow up. Why? Faith. You go through a traffic light that is green and you, by faith, hope others stay at the traffic lights that's red and don't run through it. You live by faith whether you know it or not. But if you practice it, now you're pleasing God. So what's going on now, here's the deal. We are awoken. Most of the people that follow my channel are awoken. Why the lockdowns? Because there's a large, we don't have enough people woken to get to the next level of dimension. That's what the holdup is. So it's a slow, remember when you wake somebody, you don't just shake them. When you wake someone, you gotta maybe whisper to them, hey, get up. Then you may push a little bit more and say, hey, please. That's what's going on now. People are not asleep. You got to gently wake them up before they wake up. That's why the lockdown and things. So you're seeing a simulation of what would have happened if God would have let, if the Satan had his way. So a lot of things you see on TV look, how can I say, they look real. It's a simulation. It's like a dream. Don't put too much in it. The Amish people never listen to the TV and they're never sick. So everything is your thoughts and your belief. And what is it? It's faith. We walk by faith, not by sight. So people that watch the television they don't have the faith. If you have faith, as the word of God says, you cut the TV off and you start to live your story. You're out here like me, walking around, not watching the news. Yes, I got a few of these off the news, but like I say, I listen maybe to 5% negative and the rest positive all day. Doesn't take long to get new. Because there's certain things I look for on the news or other people who tell the truth. Give me the information to go look. Then once again on my Facebook, I post videos. So how can you argue with videos? Also, the person didn't listen to what the people were saying. So any information I get, I listen to the information first before I doubt it or say it's not true. People who not woken only hear what they want to hear. They got their hands over their ears and they don't listen. But you must listen and also do your research before you say no, no, no. I also asked them, show me where the videos I sent were not true. And they are true, because I did research first. But back to the faith. Why am I out walking with no gun on me and no knife? Faith. Because faith, without faith, then you don't fear. You don't want to fear. So all of this is your higher frequency for the next level. Live more by faith and not by sight. On the television, it looks real, but it's not real. How do you know there's a God? By faith. Yes, there is a God. Oh, I'm going to give you something else to think about this is how big God really is. I can't even imagine, but I'm going to give you an example. This planet Earth to us looks very big, right? And there's people that run this planet Earth, but they're not everywhere. So just to us alone, planet Earth looks big. God is everywhere on planet Earth. Really think about this in your spirit. God is everywhere in your planet Earth. He's in you, he's in others, he's in the tree. Okay, let's go to the other things in the universe. The sun. The sun itself. God's in that. God himself can move the sun, can move the earth. So he must be outside of the sun as well. All your stars, your clouds, he's within it. Everything is done through God. Everything has God within it. This universe, God is in the universe. Look how big your universe is. God is in your... Now, think of outside of your universe. God's there too. So if God can do all of that, you don't think God has control of what's going on now? See how small our minds is? Oh man, look at all that God, look at all the things God can do. Look at the big things, but our little universe is so small compared to how big God is in form. God can put himself to any size he wants. He's everywhere. Also, let's go to these plans. The reason why God's in control, I'll give you an example. The Alliance may want to go in and get all the bad people right now. However, God's in every man. So even the evil people, he may give them a thought of how to go another direction, and it changes the Alliance's plan. Because God's in every man, good or bad. Whether they like it or not, God's in them. So he can influence their minds as well. So everything is God. You may want something, but maybe God see it another way. That's what's going on now. Everything is in God's control. This is God's story. So you ask for something, God does give it to you, but at his own pace, or he may have something better for you. Sometimes God, I'm not going to say he says no, but he may see a better path for you. Anything God does is better for us. But faith is everything, man. If you don't have, the reason why I'm so happy doing all this and so comfortable is faith. So these are all teaching things we can teach people not woken. Think of someone asleep. How do you wake them up? Very slow, like, hey, wake up. You don't go and do like most people, oh, shake to get out of there. That's not how you wake someone up. So he's allowing everything at how long the people not woken it takes for them to wake up. So we need a certain percentage of people to wake up before everything goes to the next level. But things are happening around us. Wyoming, the mask mandate is, I think I mentioned that before, but going away. So things are going away. That's like 7 states right now. Find more good things to look at over your bad, and your world changes. We need to find more good news over the bad. So when you see these do you share this? I do. My Facebook is dedicated to sharing posts like that. Everything. Just the advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. There's a rumor that there's a $1.9 trillion stimulus bill approved. 10% go to us, and 90% go to the corporations and the big people. See how that works? But I think it's people behind the scenes that's intervening in that. Even though we see that, because remember, we're going through a simulation. So a lot of times we see these bills posted, look, how can it? You're back in the 3D. These are things that supposed to happen, but maybe these other countries really not getting the money. So it's a simulation of what the evil wanted to do, but a lot of it is not happening. A lot of bills that he passed has not happened. They just show it, but it hasn't happened. Because most people react, but they don't look at the world. It's a Wizard of Oz. You're in a simulation. That means like a dream state of what would have happened if we would have turned communist. Get out of this world, man. God is in control. This is God's story. God, this is the greatest time to be on the planet Earth. But live by faith, walk by faith, not by sight. As you walk by faith, God unveils more higher dimension information to you, like he just passed to me. He's like, this is a simulation. A lot of things. So also when you get the money, back to the financial advice, hey, there's stocks, because when they do stimulus news, what happens to your stock market? So you can turn $100 into $500 just by investing for the long-term future. Instead of Nike shoes, you can invest in Nike. I'm not telling you to invest in Nike. I invested in Tesla and it was down about 31%. I never pulled my money out. Look at it today. Because it's called a reset. As the corrupt go away, their money's getting pulled out of the stock markets. The prices are going down because they got to get the corruption money out of there. So the things are going down, but the good news alone, look what happens. Once you learn that planet Earth is not so difficult. Same with Zoom. Zoom was over $400, and during this lowering of the price the market has valued for it, it's like $330 some. Of course, I bought Zoom. I finally was able to buy it. It was down a lot. What is it doing today? So we have to learn patience and stay off the news. The news people, I kept hearing news. This person is pulling their money out of Tesla. The people who followed the news followed that and did no way. I stayed in and I continue to stay in. That's one of the best car companies of the future. Think of your future. Just information. I'm not an advisor. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm just your brother telling you what I'm going to do. You don't have to do it. Bitcoin also follows the news. Now, rumors has it Bitcoin may be around or may not be around, but right now, off the news. So we have to enjoy things of the now and also prepare for the future. How do you want your future to be? That's how things will come, as it's written per God, and that's done through your faith. Faith without works, what does God say? God likes a man of faith, because to know him is to be of faith. You haven't seen him, but you know it's a God. Use your powers of spirit over the flesh, and you start to succeed in this world. You start not to care. Like when I do these videos, I care less who watches me, what cars go by, someone hear me. I don't care. When you come in the world, you come in with nothing. When you leave, what do you leave with? Nothing. What is everything in the world about? Nothing. So when you start to remember that, your world changes. What makes a person, so the person that's the greatest is the one you hear from the less. Think of the people who were celebrities that I don't look up to them now, but people used to look up to. You don't hear, when you don't hear from them the way you hear, look how many people. The world is really about nothing. It's about what you make it. You guys take care. I'm going to go for now. Live more in the future. Walk more by faith and not by sight. Keep working on your immune system. I teach you everything about sickness. If you have questions, I can find people who teaches to a higher level of sickness, or I can give you information about sickness. There is no sickness, which I found a hidden text, Proverbs 23:7. What does it say? Everything is you. That's the key to the law of attraction, as I keep repeating until you get it. then you can, a lot of things I repeated so you can repeat it back to someone else until they get it, until it sinks in. You guys take care. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening. If my messages affect you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It helps others to know that I'm recognized. Also, the like button. It's always free to get a like. It's always free to like. And also, it's an easy way to get a blessing. What you put out, you get back. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.